when it comes to mental health. It's a really, really huge in the African American community. We don't disclose it, we hide it, we sweep it under the rug, we keep it in our household, and we're not helping them. We're actually hurting our family members. They don't realize how many kids are out here who feel so bad and so different and so down on themselves that they're killing themselves. But we need our minors, we need our kids, we need our next generation. We have to be able to motivate them, we have to lift them up, we have to make them feel good about themselves. Hi, my name is Sheila Blockson. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a wife, I'm a grandmother, and actually I just became a great-grandmother recently. I have 3 boys. Their names are Michael, Miles, and Moses. And Moses is my baby boy. I love him so much. He was named after my dad. My dad's name was Moses. Moses was always a very cheerful child. He started walking at a very early age. But at the age of 5 years old, Moses had a stroke. When they did a CAT scan of his brain, it literally looked like somebody took an eraser and just erased part of his brain. And they said that he had lost the analytical part of his brain. It was gone. He would never be able to think analytically again. And I was thinking, okay, so I took him to to rehab and to do what he needed to do. But one thing that I didn't do research, because when he went to physical therapy, I'm thinking, oh, he's fine. But one of the things about, and I'm going to say this as African American household, when it comes to anything to do with mental or disability, we sweep it under the rug. We have this thing that says, what happens in our house stays in our house and it doesn't go outside. And I was raised to believe that we didn't do things like, therapy and counseling, because that's not something that's common in the African American household. We deal with it on our own. But if I had just done research to find out what the analytical part of the brain really meant, it would have made a world of difference. But I spent more time trying to make sure my kids had a place to live, had a nice house, had everything they wanted, all the material things, when in the end of the day, all my son ever wanted was my love. But instead of me giving him my love, I was too busy giving him material things. I never did the research to find out what analytical thinking actually meant. And as he grew older, I still was not focused on it, because to me, he was fine. In my brain, he was fine. There was nothing wrong with him. He acted like a normal kid. He was an A student. He did good in school. And later on in life, when he became a teenager, he had a lot of issues. He was running away. He was doing all kind of things that I'm like, what is going on? You live in a great neighborhood. You live in a great house. Why are you acting out? And it turns out that he was being bullied, and that he was being pushed to be in a gang, and he didn't want to. But because the analytical part of the brain wasn't there, that's the part that makes you make reasonable decisions. He was just doing things to make people happy. He was more of a wanderer. He would just go from place to place, friends to friends, just wanted to be accepted and try to make people happy. Once I found out later on that he's been bullied, it even got worse. I can remember 2 years ago, he came downstairs and he said, Mommy, he said, I've been upstairs for the last 2 hours on the phone with Suicide Hotline. And I was like, what? What do you mean on the phone with Suicide Hotline? I'm right here. You can't come and talk to me? He became more and more obsessed, and they started giving him medication. And he would tell me, he said, Mommy, I'm tired of taking all this medicine. It's too much things going on in my head. One of the reasons, now that my Moses, he actually was at home visiting. He was visiting me, and he was getting ready to go back home. And on that Thursday, he had came down. He was having an amazing day. He had just got his driver's license renewed. He had spent the whole day. He asked me could he use my car, and I said sure. And I went upstairs to wake him up. I was calling and screaming because I scream a lot. And I went upstairs, and I didn't see him. And then I went back and I said, well, the alarm is on. He couldn't have left the house. And I went back in his bedroom. And unfortunately, my son was laying at the foot of his bed. And he was deceased. And I went to touch his head. It was cold. I went to grab his arm. It was stiff. And I tried resuscitation. I called 911, but it was too late. In a matter of 5 hours after I had just seen him, he was gone. He was the type of person that liked to bring people together. He had a media company called Musch Media. And what Musch Media did was it brought together DJs, he did concerts, he loved to have a good time, he loved to bring a lot of people together, and that's what he wanted to do, and that's what he did. So what I've done is I've developed a foundation in the name of my son. The name of his media company was Musch Media. Musch, like Mushmouth from Fat Albert. He loved that. And so I did a foundation, and it's called Much Love Foundation, but it's spelled Musch, like Mush, with a play on words, but it's called Much Love Foundation. And the foundation is focused around suicide awareness, bullying, and mental health.
Mine started from work. I found myself in a very toxic environment where a lot of things were said to me. I was verbally abused, and it really affected me. I tried to find a way to come out from it, and the only solution was to just go to my sister and talk to her about it. My sister was able to help me by giving me a strategy to overcome the challenges. With my experience, it actually changed my perception. It changed my knowledge. It changed everything about how I saw people. It got to a time where I didn't even want people to get closer to me. I go to work, I don't talk to anyone. I'm just on my phone, I'm just talking. If I go home, I just have to go and cry and come back the following day because I didn't like the treatment I was getting in the office. But then again, who was ready to listen to me? No one. It was just my sister. So mental health issue in Ghana is very serious and must be treated seriously. It must be taken and treated seriously.
I don't want to just be in United States because there's a lot of resources there, but the resources here that they need for mental health, they don't have. So my mental health, bullying and suicide, I want to make sure that it goes all around the world. So here in Africa is one of the places that I'm actually starting off to help and assist and find the things that they need. This is a very important room because it displays all of the African Americans. The name of this place is Diaspora African Forum. And I am African American, but I know that I'm African, but I didn't come from Africa. So descendants of African descent like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, Jesse Jackson Jr., Oprah, Obama's, they're all African Americans, so they're of African descent. My son Moses is also African American, but he's of African descent. I don't know who my tribe is. I don't know what tribe I came from. I don't know where I came from, but I know that I'm African. And my son is African, which is why I am here, and he is going to be displayed on the wall, which I'll show you in a minute, here at DAF, which is Diaspora American Forum in Accra, Ghana, the land of, to me, is the motherland of Africa. This room is absolutely amazing. I am just in awe when I look at it. But now, most importantly, we're going to go now and take a look at Moses on the wall, where he's displayed as one of the supporters, because we definitely support this organization. I'm getting ready to go and spray some of the ashes in this plant. So as this plant grows, so will my son grow. I'm going to put ashes here. As this plant grows, my son will continue to grow and live on. And I'm also going to go here to show you, this is his name, Moses Odom. He's on the wall. He's on the wall with all of the sponsors because he is a descendant of Africa. And I am going to put ashes on top of his name as well. Moses, I love you. Mommy loves you. Rest in power. I love you, son. Now you're going to live on eternally with all the greats. And I'm so proud that you're going to be a part of them as well. You know, I'm here in Africa. Africa's the mother country. And one of the things that I love about Africa, as I go around the villages and I see the kids, I have learned that everything that we have, God created for us right here on earth, right here in Africa from the beginning. Anything that you need, you can get from Africa. They actually have trees that grow that you can make plastic with. That's enough. That's all. Too much. My purpose here was to bring Moses' ashes back here, which I did. He's actually has a plaque on the Sankofa wall, which is right by Marcus Garvey Museum. And his ashes are there as well. And I want his ashes here to be able to grow in the real earth and the real sand so that he can live eternally. But I'm also here because I want to help people here with mental health as well. Because at the end of the day, my son was mentally challenged, and it's something that I didn't have acceptance on. But I don't want to spend the rest of my life beating myself up. What I do want to spend the rest of my life doing is helping other people. For more information and help, please go to our website, Musch Love Foundation. Musch is spelled M-U-S-C-H, Love Foundation. By coming to our site, it will be held anything that you say, anything that you provide, anything that you write to us will be in the strictest confidence. We want you to always feel safe because our goal is to let you know that we're here to love you because we want you to love yourself.